Well, I'm back. It's the batteries are now charged, and we'll carry on from where I finished off. So unfortunately it's going to be a two-parter this video. But I mean, at the end of the day, what with the batteries running out and me getting anxious about this this plug of coconut husk, I don't want to jeopardise. Oh dear, little root. Right, must see if I can get my little tool to take some of this. I mean, they must make these, you know, they must make these in the millions. But to make them this cheap, I mean £5 in sterling is really cheap. Like I say, these, it'll probably cost you sometimes more than £5 just to have a bunch of flowers, which will last you 7 days, and let alone an orchid. Mind you, if you weren't experienced enough, of course you wouldn't understand what to do, and it'd probably die within the 7 days, like a bunch of flowers would. But because I'm more experienced now and I know what I'm looking for, hopefully I'll be able to get these orchids, if I can get them to survive the winter, then hopefully they may adjust to my environment and give me another bloom next year. I mean, I do see other YouTubers with Dendrobium phalaenopsis orchids, and I'm always attracted by them. I think they look lovely. There we go. It's just no, you see, this actually this medium isn't broken down at all. It's served its purpose, and like I say, somebody's got hold of them, put them in these other kind of pots with a little bit of peat. I mean, you'd think that was soil in some ways. There's just the odd little remnant of I don't know what. I thought this was a piece of bark, but I don't think it is. It's just like peat moss. There we go. Let's have a look if I've got it all off. It's been a while since I've done one of these unpottings and repottings. Now look at that, you see, I've just broke a leaf off. That's my clumsy hands. It doesn't, it's not as easy to do as you think when you get these. And as I've explained to you before, Dendrobiums can be terrible. They do not like root disturbance. Probably that's why they come with these plugs. And then, see, if I'm not careful, you see that there? That's going to come away. I don't want that to come away. That's, let's have a look. I don't really want that to break away from the mother plant, but it just could be that it's been too little seedlings put together. I'll try and keep that together if I can. So I don't know whether it's in focus then, I do apologise. Right, so that's another one done, and now we'll have a look at this third one. That's got a root. This is the little tiny pink one. Excuse the noise. Look at that. Now, believe it or not, this is the one that's got the flowers that are fading, and yet the root system's brilliant. Of course we will. Oh, that's the first one I've seen with a growing tip. So you can't always go by the top, you see. I was thinking I'll take this, the only reason being that I liked the colour of it. Not thinking for 1 minute it was going to be the healthiest of them all, in as much as their root systems. Look at my hands, oh dear. Let's see if I can. The only thing that with this one, you see, that I liked about it, it's got these new growths here. So that was one of the things that tempted me. Now I'm going to just stay with the roots, and then if I can get a lot of this stuff out here, I'll just pause the camera for a short while, not very long, and just tidy up here, and then I'll come back to you shortly. But let's just have a look. Where's my little tool? Let's just scrape a little bit of this top peat off. So it was, I had half a day at work yesterday afternoon, and I was due to go back this morning just for half a day anyway. And so, and of course our nights are drawing in now, so I went in the afternoon, and I'm going down this road not far from work, minding my own business as you do. And there's a car coming out of its driveway. And I thought to myself, split seconds, you've only got split seconds to react. I thought, that car's not going to stop. Next minute, bang. I thought, well, that's my first night in the dark and somebody hits me. I mean, I've only got an old car. And I thought, oh, you know, doesn't do me confidence any good. I don't like the dark as it is. And the next minute, pulls the car into the curb, and I've got this new LED torch. Keith had just purchased that for me, and so I whipped that out of my pocket, shined it on the car. It was that bright, it illuminated the road. Now look at that. Now that, believe it or not, was a basket. You know, I thought that was a basket. But no, let's have a look. Oh, no it isn't. It's a coconut husk. Anyway, this fella got out of his car and he come walking towards me. I could see the panic on his face, thinking, oh God, I've hit a woman. And anyway, cut a long story short, I checked the car. I said to him, before he even asked about the car I was in, I said to him, have you got any damage to your car? And he said, no, fortunately I haven't. So I said, well, don't worry, because I haven't either. And you could see the colour returned to his face. And so I said, if you've got no damage and I've got no damage, I says, well, I'll carry on home then. And got back in the car and home I went. So, you see, it's so easy to, well, we find it here, we experience it here a lot, is that once the nights start drawing in, oh, this is terrible. you know, you've got to allow that extra time and to do any manoeuvre really. This is terrible, this bit here. Oh, look at that. Oh, isn't that nice? And so you know, I won't rush when I'm driving. And some of them you get them right up your backside. And I think, well, I'm not moving. If you want to go past me, you move. But I ain't moving, and I'm going within my speed limit, and that was it. Anyway, so let's get back to this orchid and see whether or not I can find any more. I don't really. I'm going to have to, yes I am. You just bear with me a minute, I'm going to have to bring this stake through. And the reason I want to bring it through is, there we go. See, it's had a cane there which has been cut off. The reason I wanted to bring that cane through, I want to get to the other side of this plug. See that? See? This is an enormous plug on this one. Oh dear. There's nothing you can do. You can be as gentle as you can. But then you just have to sometimes just pray that you're not going to damage too many roots. And then just have a look underneath. Can you see underneath there now? See, a lot of this is just that peat. This is the bit here. And this is the bit that I've got to really dig and get out, because, oh dear, see? Yeah, it's another growing tip. I would think, really, to do this properly without filming, you know, you're talking a good 3/4 of an hour, if not longer, to try and get in here and get this centre out. I mean, I could leave some of it in, but like I say, because we're going to go through this through our winter, I can't really. Afford to leave any in. There we go, I'm getting there, and I do hope I keep knocking the camera because I keep flicking this. I do hope you'll bear with me while I do try and clear all this out. Because even though I'm losing some growing tips, there we go. The actual plant itself, because it's such a healthy plant, will bounce back. Right, let's have a look. Oh dear. Right. Now let's we go. Have a look away from the camera if you don't mind. Yep. So I'm just going to pause you for a second so I can clean all this mess up here, and then I'll come back to you. Won't be a minute. Thank you for bearing with me. Now, this is that first one, the nice big deep coloured one, and of them all I think this one's got the worst roots, but she's quite a good plant, and what I'm still trying to do is, she's got a little bit of this coconut husk still just in here, and I'm going to try and just remove as much as I can. And you see down here in there. This is the one that's got the little piece that wants to come away. Let's just see whether or not it'll just... there you are, you see. Look at that. There's a little bit. Now I'm going to leave that little bit there. But look at that, you see. That's been 2 seedlings in one pot. So let's have a look what we're left with now. That was that original one. See if I can just lift a little bit more of this off here, and then I'll just give it another little quick rinse, and then have a look what we'll do about potting them up. Excuse me while I'm just off camera, I'm just rinsing this in the bowl here, just to see if I can release some more of this peat moss. You've got to be so careful, especially when you've got big clumsy hands like I've got, that you don't break any of the nice leaves off. There's 1 or 2 pieces of bark in this, but I think let's have a look. I do apologise about that, just going off camera. There we go, you see. But again, you see this one's, can you see? So let's just have a look whether this one's 2 seedlings that's been put in here together. See, because that's one. Now, you see that's wet, isn't it? Now I'm going to put some dragon's blood on that. This is the bit that is a telltale sign. This one here. See whether or not it'll just gently just come away. There we go. You see? And that's a nice little plant in itself. And this one, that was probably the original back bulb. There we go. Let's just manoeuvre that and put that there. That was probably the original like I say, the original little bat bulb. And so there we go. That's got a decent root system, albeit a little bit of bark left on there. Has it got any? The tiniest little bit of coconut husk in there. Let's see if I can get this tiny little bit off. And then we can have a look about potting them up. There's one or two dead roots just in the middle here. Oh, that's that one. So that's that hasn't got any really viable roots. And then right. And this was that one. That was that nice one. Okay. Let's put that over on one side. So that's from that one, that's from that one, and let's just bring you up a little bit. Okay. Just bear with me a minute. What I don't want to do is have all this medium clog up the leaves, keep them really wet, so I just gently just brush some of it off and try and not damage them too much. Once they dry, I can get the paintbrush and brush the rest of it off. There we go. Okay. Right. Now let's just have a look at what pots we've got now. Now these are the ones that I've cleaned. And, I've got some styrofoam peanuts here, and let's just have a look. Let's try and not clog that centre hole up, and I won't put the baby in with that one yet. Let's just have a look at how the roots. Again. Okay, let's just have a look. Try and manoeuvre these in, and then as we're manoeuvring them in, don't forget I'm going to put some dragon's blood on that. Let's just try and just squeeze a little bit of that water out. You see, and that's the back part there. That's what we want now. So that would have sent out another cane there. That sent that one out there. I think I'm going to do it that way. Let's just have a look. I have some lava rock there, but I don't particularly want to put it in lava rock. I'm just going to put it in this Melrose bark. And the reason I'm putting it in here is because it's fairly large bark, and because like I've said, we're going into our winter months, when I do water it, I need the water to drain through. Now let's have a look here. I mean, Roger just gets his bark and he pushes it down with his fingers, and he pushes it down. And Dendrobiums do like to be tight in their pot, but what I'm just going to do now, let's just put 1 or 2 in. Just to give you a visual of what it's going to be like. I will have to put some more in because I've got to stake them as well. You see the root down there? See, I've got to put some more here. There's not enough here. And this is where you do need to take your time. So you don't want to damage those roots. You see, I'm going to have to gently manoeuvre this pot, but it'll give you an idea of what I'm trying to achieve. Now that's not finished. I will be finishing this off camera, but I just wanted to for you to have an idea. And the next one, size of that piece of bark. Anyway, so now this one, that was the big cakey that goes with that one I've just planted up, which I'm going to pot separately. This is the cakey that goes with this dark maroon one, and I'm going to pot that up as well separately. Again, let's just see if we can, that one's come apart. You see, this isn't a brilliant root system. So if I can get that, there we go. I need to get that. And you see what I'm doing? I need to get that root system there, going round. And actually that big piece of bark won't do any harm at all. In fact, it could give some stability to the pot.